Well, as I just put my phone on mute because my phone is exploding right now, can somebody tell me what's just happened? How have we done that? How have we held out for 45 minutes with 10 men against the most attacking team in Europe? No, I don't even know either. I'm gassed and everything. I'm just baffled. I'm baffled. Chelsea won. Liverpool won. Chelsea score through Kai Havertz. Brilliant header in the near post. Not too sure if he was aiming for that, but it came off Kai Havertz's cranium and looped over Alisson Becker and put Chelsea 1-0 up. I guess you could kind of say against the run of play, but I felt like it was coming anyway. Liverpool for the first 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, they were dominant. I was bricking it. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I'm gonna be true to you guys, like I always am. I was scared in the first 5 minutes, but I think that was just because it's Anfield and Chelsea were a little bit shaky in the first 5 minutes. But overall, obviously, we'll get onto this in a minute. But who's the real winners? Then just before half time, let's talk about the incident. I'll just bring this light closer. Let's talk about the incident. Penalty at red card. Obviously, it was a throw. I think it was, or a corner. Matip able to head it back across goal, and it was so scrappy. I can't even think of a metaphor to put that in. It hit the bar, bounced back off. Mendy was about to punch it or catch it. Alonso got in the way. It dropped. Someone was able to shoot, blocked. Someone able to shoot again. Reece James blocks it on the line with his knee, and it bounces onto his forearm just here. The annoying thing was, I can't argue with it too much because he did, but it is literally instinct. He could not. Anyone that disagrees, because there will be people that disagree, what should he have done instead? Let the ball go in? No. He kind of moved his arm in a sort of forward swinging motion, but only so that he could get his knee up and forwards. And it was just natural, just like a instinct sort of thing. You're not just going to... He couldn't help it. Anyway, VAR decided to tell the bald referee to go and check it. Can't even be bothered to remember his name. He then looked at it. Did he even look at the monitor? He went over to it, saw a screenshot of it on Reece James's arm. Obviously, that's going to look like a handball if it's a screenshot of when it hit his arm. And then walks off and gave him a red card and a penalty for it. Why don't you look at it? Maybe give it maybe at least 2 or maybe even 3 replays until you can really judge something off a screenshot. It baffled me. It wound me up as it did with the Chase players. Mendy got a yellow. Rudiger got a yellow. Reece James obviously got sent off. I think he was a little bit... He's a good actor. If Reece James is never a footballer, he could be a good actor. Because he was like, what? What? I never knew that. Oh, it wound me up. And at half-time, into the break, I was obviously Mo Salah tucked away the penalty. And at the break, it was not looking too good for Chelsea. 10 men. Liverpool just started building momentum. Chelsea had just dropped off in momentum. At Anfield, a packed Anfield. And even though you could hear Chelsea fans singing the Kai Havertz song, Carefree, we know who we are. Anfield is a big stadium, and when it's packed full of Liverpool fans, when you have an Anfield and a Kop packed with Scousers, it is a scary place. Not that I've ever been there, but Scousers are scary, and 50k of them. So second half begins. Kai Havertz taken off, and who was brought on? Thiago Silva was brought on, as well as N'Golo Kante coming off. I think that was due to the injury that he picked up on his ankle. And then Matteo Kovacic came on. Thiago Silva really brought... Well, I can't really say calmness, because for the first 15 minutes of the first half, Chelsea were bombarded. Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, Diogo Jota, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Randy Robertson, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, Harvey Elliott, Matip, even Alisson. Every single one of their players was just bombarding Chelsea, but they held out for the first 15 minutes. And I was like, you know what? We got 30 minutes left. You got this far. Let's just keep going. Maybe we might even nick a goal. Maybe we concede. We might nick a goal. We might get caught them napping. Who knows? And we held it out. We did it. Guys, we did it. High five. We did it. We held out 45 minutes against the most attacking team in Europe, I'd say. With 10 men. Jurgen Klopp. Oh my god. He's right at the end. He was laughing. What the? He was mad. He was mad. Don't want to mess with an angry Jurgen Klopp. I'd love to see the press conference, or not press conference, the post-match interview afterwards. But I'm happy with the point. Still top of the league technically, drawn with West Ham now that they drew because of Conor Gallagher. He's doing bits. Everton and obviously Liverpool as well. Brighton lost, so they're not on 9 points, or they're on 6. So we're still technically first. And the thing I want to talk about is the goal we conceded could have been easily avoided. Some would disagree, some would say it wasn't a penalty in the first place. And it was a penalty we conceded. It was a penalty, which favours the attacker so much more than the keeper. And it's an anomaly when you're talking about goals conceded. You just exclude penalties because they don't represent the defending from the defending team. So we didn't concede. We still haven't conceded a goal in open play. We're probably the only team to do that other than Brentford. No, they have now. Maybe Spurs. They haven't conceded a goal yet, but they play tomorrow. Liverpool, obviously, they were the other team, but we scored the header from Kai Havertz, and we are joint first. It is beautiful. Now, I don't really know what else to talk about. I'll go through the lineup quickly. In goal, we had Edouard, Mendy, obviously no surprises. Back through with Andres Christensen in the middle. Dave as Equator, right centre back, and then Antonio Rudiger at left centre back. Marcus Alonso, to my surprise, to many people's surprise, regained his position at left wing back, although coming up against Mo Salah. But he did decent. He did a decent job. He did all that he could have. Right wing back was Reece James, obviously got sent off. In midfield, Jorginho and Kante. And then front three of Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, and Romelu Lukaku again. It worked. It did work. We definitely, I'm happy, I'm confident saying we would have won that game without the red card, without all the nonsense. It would have been a very different game. And it was a different game to what we were expecting. Actually, it was very end-to-end at the start, but then it was just Liverpool in the second half. Just Liverpool. But we were able to ride the storm. Then at the end, Matteo Kovacic could have even won it for us. We had chances at the other end in the second half. Romelu Lukaku had a sort of not a half volley, he was in the air, but it was kind of, he was sideways. I don't know. I need the toilet. I'll go over my match ratings quickly. In goal, Edouard Mendy, I'll give him an 8, maybe 7.5. He did very well to save so many long shots and just opportunities for Liverpool, for Chelsea. As Equator, I'll give a 7.5 as well. He did very well defending Van Dijk from every set piece. Andrew Christensen an 8. He won man of the match in the end. I'll go on to my man of the match in a minute. Tony Rudiger, 7.5 as well. So solid defensively. Thiago Silva, I'll give a 7 maybe. Maybe a 7.5. Who cares? I'll give all the centre-backs a 7.5. Trevor Chalobah, he came on in midfield. I'll give him a 7.5. Jorginho, very shaky at the start, but I'll give him a 7.5. I'll give him an 8, actually, because he did very well. Right wing back, Reece James, NA, we do not talk about this. Marcus Alonso, on the other hand, an 8. An 8 against Mo Salah and Trent Alexander. He didn't do anything wrong defensively. And he made a few opportunities going forwards. So Marcus Alonso an 8. Will Chilwell ever gain his position back ever again? I don't know. N'Golo Kante, can we really talk about him that much? I'll give him an 8 as well, but it was only one half. The front three. Mason Mount, I'll give a 7.5. Kai Havertz, I'll give it the same, but obviously we only saw one half from him. And Romelu Lukaku, he was so important for us. I'll give him an 8. So important, that outlet. We wouldn't have won that. We wouldn't have drawn that game. I mean, if we didn't have Romelu Lukaku being that outlet at the front, at the top of the pitch, holding it up every time. But my man of the match, this might sound crazy. It's between Christensen, Alonso, and Matteo Kovacic. Matteo Kovacic, here we go to Brexit FC. When we're sitting back, applying all the pressure from Liverpool, he was magnificent, dribbling out of intense attackingness from Liverpool, able to just dribble out, just do magic, and he relieved so much of the pressure. Actually, I probably should give the man of the match to Christensen or Alonso, because we only saw one half from Kovacic. But Kovacic to Burnley, yes, I think he would be perfect for Burnley. And they have signed Maxwell Cornet, so they can sign foreign players. One last thing I want to talk about. We spoke about Romelu Lukaku. Today, he played up against the best defender in the world, no doubt. And it's only going to get easier from here. He could have had a goal today, like I said. He was up against Virgil van Dijk, who gave him a tough time. But Lukaku obviously gave Van Dijk a tough time as well. It's only going to get easier from here, only downhill. We've got another minimum 17 games until we face him again. So, Lukaku, I can see him getting a lot of goals for us, especially considering he could have got one against the best centre-half in the world. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe if you're not here. Comedy Blues, how have we got that draw? Like for the draw. Like it. Just because we got a draw. I don't know how. The ball ref didn't help us, but we were able to do it. Anyway, 11 minutes recording. Thank you very much for watching and good. Bye.